Hey Leo, welcome to Sweet Tea Astrology and Tarot. My name is Erika. I'm so glad that you found me. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for being here. This is your July 2017 tarot card reading. I'm going to pull 4 cards from the Rider-Waite Tarot. I'm going to pull a card from the Illuminated Tarot deck by Caitlin Keegan. I use this in my full moon oracle card readings for June. Also going to pull a card from the Divine Circus Oracle deck by Elena Fairchild. And finally, a card from the Sage Goddess Gemstone Oracle deck. So, let me start shuffling for you, Leo. Happy birthday, by the way. You will be celebrating your birthday month when the sun moves into Leo around the 21st or 22nd of the month, depending on where you live on the planet. Pardon me, y'all. I'm doing a lot of coughing lately. I don't feel sick. It's just like sinus drainage or something. Like my lungs need to itch. I don't know how to explain it. But anyways, I've got water here next to me. If I need it, I'll take a drink. I had about 12 cards just fall out of my hand, so hang on a second. Let me grab them. Anyways, as I was saying, happy birthday, Leo. The focus is going to be on you this month in your first house. But that's no surprise. It's the birthday month. It's fixing to be Leo season. This reading is a general reading for my Leo viewers and friends. Any of the house placements that I give during this reading is based on a Leo rising chart. On my 0 degree Leo rising, that's where I set my charts at. So, if you're a Leo rising, the house placements will definitely be of importance to you. Leo sun, Leo moon, you may be dealing with the themes of those houses in some way or another playing out in another area of life. That's why I recommend that you watch your sun, moon, rising, and Venus sign videos. If you know those placements. If you don't, then I encourage you to generate a natal chart for yourself. You'll need to know your birth time, birthplace, and birth date to generate the chart. Bottom card represents the underlying theme or overarching energy of the spread, and the top 3 are for clarity. If you need a time frame for these cards, past, present, future. Now let me shuffle this Illuminated Tarot deck. This deck is by Caitlin Keegan, and she condensed the major arcana down into the minor arcana, and you can actually use this deck as a playing card deck because the suits are the traditional hearts, diamonds, spades, and clubs. But I have written on these cards and made them my own, and I will give you the traditional Rider-Waite tarot card meaning associated meanings along with this card's meanings. For my Leo viewers and friends for July. I'm also going to have your astrology transit video and your full moon oracle video posted later on in the information bubble in this screen. So if you like this reading, be sure to subscribe. There's your Illuminated Tarot card. Now I'm shuffling the Divine Circus Oracle deck for y'all. We are gearing up, getting ready for the eclipses that will be coming in August. And Leo, you will be experiencing a total solar eclipse that all of the United States will be experiencing. It's transversing the United States. They're calling it the Great American Eclipse of 2017. How American is that, right? Anyways. But yeah, it's going to be a total solar eclipse in Leo. So, new changes. You're going to be seeing things completely differently. And for some of you, you may really be feeling completely energetically drained because the sun is your ruling luminary and it's going to be blotted out by the moon for a minute. giving us an opportunity to see things differently. And it's also bringing in a lot of new changes for you. Going to be experiencing a lunar eclipse before the solar eclipse, but we'll talk more about that in your August videos, Leo. All right. There's your Sage Goddess Gemstone Oracle deck, Leo. Or Oracle card from that deck, Leo. Okay, what I'm going to do now is hit the pause button, flip these cards over, do the tarot math, meditate over them, and look at my astrological transit notes as well, and try to bring forth the best information that I can for you. So, Leo, hang tight. I'll be right back, y'all. Hey, y'all. I'm back with your cards, so let's go ahead and get started. Underlying theme or overarching energy for this spread is the Five of Wands. So, when I see the 5, I think of a couple of different things. First, I think of the 5th house on the astrological wheel, and that is the house that is traditionally ruled by you, Leo. It's the house of sparks. It's the house of your creation, romance, social life, pleasure seeking. It's where you go to blow off steam. It's where you create your masterpieces and your babies. It's where you go to feel like a child and to be childlike as well. The 5 also speaks to adversity. And this card deals with disagreement, strife, petty arguments, petty debates. It could involve fire sign energy, and that is Aries, you, Leo, and Sagittarius. Understand that Saturn is making a transit through the 5th house. And this is especially important for you, Leo risings. Saturn is the planet that represents structure, limitation, restriction. I think of Saturn as the building code inspector. We have 12 houses in our astrological wheel. Saturn makes a transit through each one of those houses. That transit can last about 2.5 years, going forwards and backwards, reinforcing the lessons that Saturn insists that you learn. If that structure of the house that he is transiting through is not strong enough, it will be tested, and you may have to demolish it and rebuild it. And that's not always fun, but it's necessary. Saturn moving through the 5th house could be that you're not having a whole lot of fun right now. Or that you haven't been having a whole lot of fun right now. I hope that with the Sun moving into Leo, that all changes the energy for you completely. But for some of you out there, it may be the fact that there is, this can be play fighting as well. It doesn't have to be all bad or all negative. I see this as, it can also be like flirtatious play fighting that leads to more. But with Saturn being there, there's been a lot of restriction. There's been a lot of containment. Probably some limitation. Asking, what have I done to piss God off? That's usually what I asked when Saturn was transiting through my rising sign. The first card in the top 3 for clarity that I pulled for you is the Justice card. This is the 11th card of the Major Arcana, so let's break that down for a minute. The 11 speaks to the 11th house on the astrological wheel. That house is ruled by Aquarius, and it's the house of your friends, memberships, groups, teams, and associations that you may belong to. The 11th house is also the house of the internet, and it is the house of your future wishes, goals, and dreams, or your bucket list. Could be involving, dealing with, or revolving around a Libra. It could also be indicative of Jupiter going direct in Libra. That's something else that this could be associated with. So this card in itself deals with balance and reward for your effort. It could also indicate legal issues. You've got Jupiter going direct in Libra, which is your 3rd house. And this is the house that's traditionally ruled by Gemini. It's the house of your communication, short distance trips, siblings, cousins, neighbors, or people in your neighborhood. It deals with your commute on a daily basis. So this is your the path or road that you take, and also the vehicle that you use. It's your communication and technological devices, as well as how people understand you and how you understand them. Could be some balance in any of those themes of life for you. Like I said, could be reflective of a Libra in your world, or it could also indicate that there are legal system matters around, and it can indicate a need for balance in situations. And I've given you different numerology associations through the astrological houses as to how this could play out for you as well. The second card in the top 3 for clarity is the Hierophant reversed. So this is the second card with the number 5 associated with it. The 5th house, once again, ruled by you. It's the house of your creation, your children, your pleasure, your social life, your romance, being like a kid, feeling like a little kid again. That's where this house is. The Hierophant is traditionally representative of the zodiac sign of Taurus. Right now, at the very beginning of July, or if you're watching this in June, we've got Venus in Taurus right now for you, and that is your 10th house. The 10th house is the house that's ruled by Capricorn. That's the house that I think of through the lens of William Shakespeare, because he said all the world is a stage. The 10th house is the house that you approach the world on, and it's how the world knows you through your career, your status, and your reputation. Dealing with authority figures in your world, in your life, or in their field of expertise. The Hierophant card deals with spiritual development, a search for meaning, or dealing with authority figures. So it may be that there's a Taurus in your world, or that there is a need for dealing with authority figures in one way or another for you. I also see the Hierophant as a bureaucratic type of agency or system. And what I mean by that is there's many eyes, many hands, many voices, many minds making up the decisions as to whether it's a yes or a no. It's not just one person that you have to ask. There's committees sometimes as well. There's figureheads, but those figureheads don't necessarily make all of the decisions, right? That's kind of how I see this card. And like I said, Venus is in Taurus at the very beginning of July. Venus moves on into Gemini on the 4th of July. So that'll be your 11th house. And that's the association with the Justice card right there. Isn't it funny how that stuff plays out? Now finally, the third card in the top 3 for clarity that is in the future position. Don't freak out though. Alright, because it's the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Another 5 card. That 5th house has got a lot of focus on it through this, just through the cards that have fallen. You've got 3 cards that have been a number 5. You've got the 5 of Wands, the 5 of Pentacles, and you've got the Hierophant, which is the 5th card in the Major Arcana. This 5 of Pentacles, 5th house association, I've talked about that a lot. The number 5 also deals with, once again, the theme of adversity. This card reflects insecurity, poverty, and worry, and it can impact or indicate or involve earth sign energy. That is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Now, we're having a full moon in Capricorn. That's playing out in your 6th house. 6th house is the house of work and health, or competency and skills that you bring to the services that you provide. It's also your daily to-do list, your daily agenda, things that you do on a regular basis to make your life, environment, and body move at a more efficient and productive rate. What I like about this card being in reverse is, one, that the posture of these characters are looking to the past. And justice is in the past. So it could be that for some of you Leos, that with Jupiter moving forward, justice is coming to you finally. It could be justice that was denied in the past, or a situation being righted. I see this card as a card of inequality as well, because our own human experience and our own human perspective makes us see, recognize, and experience the very same things around us in a very different way. And what I mean by that is this individual right here is cloaked, cold and trying to shut her out that freezing feeling, but she's looking down and not really paying attention to what's ahead of her. This individual right here is injured. He's actually walking with a cane. Looks like he's got a cast on his foot, even a bandage on his head. So he's been beat up, but he's looking to the sky. He's hopeful. He's looking for something more. At least he's got his head up so he can see what's coming in front of him, or what he's coming up upon. I like the fact that they are reflecting on the past. I think that it's a good idea, and there are a lot of individuals that are going to be reflective of needing healing in one way or another. And I say that because one of the very first energies that we're going to feel at the beginning of the month, that I'll talk more about in your astrology transit video, is the fact that Chiron is going retrograde in Pisces at 28 degrees of Pisces, and this is in your 8th house, and that's other people's money. Pentacles representing money and resources. It can be other people's money. 8th house is the house that's ruled by Scorpio. It's the house of life, death, and rebirth. Could be that some of you are dealing with a need, or I really feel like there are a lot of Leos that may be dealing with like looking for insurance payments or looking for payout in one way or another from where they've been wronged, and it's coming to you in one way or another. It may be that it's not here yet, and that's why this is still in the reverse. But I feel like for the majority of you Leos, if you've been operating from the appropriate energy, this should be a good month for you. It shouldn't be a bad month for you. It's fixing to be your birthday month. I pulled for you from the Illuminated Tarot deck the Queen of Spades. She deals with strategy. She's also ambitious, and she's a very intelligent queen. She's representative or reflective of the Queen of Swords in the Rider-Waite Tarot. She is looking to the future. I also see her as someone who would be like a lawyer or an advocate, or someone who would be willing to fight on behalf of people who need it or need representation. She's someone who knows the facts of the case and isn't willing to argue or debate, isn't afraid to argue or debate the situation, as long as you can stay in the facts and not necessarily go emotionally at her. The Queen of Swords is known for her influence. She can be very influential. She's a quick thinking, perceptive thinker. She can be quick-witted. Like I said, I see her very much as like a lawyer or just an expert. Once again, you're dealing with authority figures, right? That's a theme that seems to be playing out for you. Authority figures in your world or in your life, people that you may have to answer to. Your boss, your partner, authority figures, the authorities, just really depends. I did the tarot math for you for the Rider-Waite Tarot, and it ended up being 26. 2 plus 6 is 8, and that speaks to that 8th house. I told you about Chiron going retrograde in the 8th house, Chiron representing where we've been wounded and where we need healing on a spiritual level. But also we have Neptune in the 8th house, and Neptune's been there for a while. Lots of watery energy in that 8th house. The 8th house, once again, ruled by Scorpio. Life, death, and rebirth, transformation, regeneration, metamorphosis. And it's other people's money. It's sexuality. It's the blood and guts of it all. Neptune being in that 8th house, Neptune represents nebulousness, addiction, illusion, disillusionment. It deals with imagination. It can be deception. It can be lying sometimes. It can be mental illness. Just really depends on what's going on in each particular world, in each particular situation. And I say each particular world because what's going on in your world is not necessarily what's going to be going on in my world, right? So yeah, Neptune and Chiron in the 8th house. Maybe Neptune I also see as emotional, like a lot of crying. It's a very watery planet. So I see tears falling. I see that sort of stuff. 8th house is an 8th 8th house is a perfect place for Neptune because of the tears falling. That is transformation. That is a place, it's a very intimate house, and you don't get worked up. Your emotions don't rise unless you care about it. You care about it if you're intimate with it, right? It's the way that it goes. Okay, I pulled for you from the Sage Goddess Gemstone Oracle deck the Kairos Brace card. Deals with heart healing, recovering from loss, and it can help heal and amplify the heart chakra and vibrations. Pardon me, Leo. This card reads, Kairos Brace, Chrysopprase, sorry if I'm murdering that word. Kairos Brace speeds emotional healing and also supports overall cardiac health. You've pulled this card because it's time to heal your broken heart. Receive the healing energy of the green ray and allow it to permeate your heart space. Trust that it is safe to love again. And know that in time, all of the broken spaces and cracks within your heart will heal. I think this is very indicative and very reflective of my Leos out there. Leo, you rule the heart. You rule the heart. And I know of a female who is a triple Leo. Leo rising, Leo sun, and Leo moon. And she has had a hell of a time. And then I know Leo risings out there who are having an amazing time. So it really depends on what's going on in your personal chart and how those aspects are playing out. This is a general reading once again. But embrace the heart healing if you need it. Understand that it's safe to love again. Because from the Divine Circus Oracle deck, I pulled for you the 22nd card of this deck. This is the Guest of Honor. 2 + 2 is 4. That speaks to that 4th house on the astrological wheel. That could be dealing with someone who is under the influence of the Cancer sign. 4th house also deals with your home and your family, your roots and your foundations. The Guest of Honor card indicates that you are going to be offered pride, Leo. And isn't that intoxicating? Every sign has their own specific heart song, and for you it is about being prideful. It's about being proud. They don't call the Leos or a pack of lions a pride for nothing, a family of lions a pride for nothing. You're going to be offered, like I said, pride. And that's going to be either in a place, a circumstance, a situation, a something or someone that matters a great deal to you. And this person may be coming to you, to your home, or to your space. And it's a guest of honor, or should be treated as such. Accept this guest of honor, because it is your time to feel chosen, and you should feel as though you fully belong. Now is the time for your outside status to change. And what I mean by that is that there are some of you Leos out there who have isolated yourselves. And if you are one of those Leos who have isolated yourselves, it's time to find your tribe again. It's time to find your pride. It's time to find your family. It could be that for some of you Leos, with all of this 5th house energy going on, it could be an issue surrounding a child. There may be a child like maybe a situation where there is co-parenting going on, where there has been divorce, and now the child who has been living with the other partner or the other parent is now going to be living with you. Guest of honor. And for those of you, if it isn't involving a child, it could be that you're dealing with situations where this might be a more mature person coming into your love space or your area of romance or social life. It doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. It can just be a maturing energy as well, because Saturn is the Lord of time, and you do mature with each of his transits. So, that's what I've got for you for this July, Leo. I'm going to do the astrology and the full moon forecasts in the information bubble above. That's going to be a little bit later, so if you aren't subscribed, I invite you to subscribe. I do hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I thank you so much for it if you already have. I'm sending you a lot of love, Leo. For me, it feels like you're coming out of the dark, and that's a beautiful feeling. Coming out of the dark can be a difficult transition, though. Think about it. Your eyes are used to the darkness. It can be a stark reality going from dark to light. Give yourself an opportunity to transition if need be. Embrace everything from your heart space, y'all, this month. It's the month of your birth. I'm so happy for you. I hope that you have a lot of wonderful birthday celebrations. Let me know how it went down below in the comment section. I will see you soon. But until then, please take care of yourself. Please be kind to yourself. Save some of that kindness for others, because we're all going through private battles in our world that some of us may never speak about to another living soul. Sending you so much love, Leo, and I'll see you soon. Until then, namaste and bye, Leo. I love y'all.